What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live Gaming Channel. My name's AJ Gales. How y'all doing? And for the, I was going to say third day in a row, but I guess it's second day in a row, technically, that I'm going to be doing sort of like a live stream reaction sort of thing. I say third day in a row, technically, because, I mean, there was the first Summer Games Fest thing for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater, then the Unreal Games Engine thing yesterday, so it was 2 days, but technically I did them both in one day, but then semantics. Today it's going to be the Ghost of Tsushima State of Play. I did sleep through the original stream because, you know, I decided to take a nap at noon and woke up at 6 p.m. I don't know what that says about me personally, but I don't think it's anything good. But that's beside the point. I'm pretty sure that this was the entire State of Play from everything that I can find. It was only Ghost of Tsushima. It's about this 20-minute clip. If there was anything more that I didn't cover, you know, either send me a link, tell me, hey, moron, you missed something. There was also a whole like, other 40 minutes of the show, or whatever, that you're missing, and I will be happy to look at that stuff. I mean, for some reason, there's always, like, there's just been trailers galore just dropping recently, because, I mean, what, aren't the Mafia games getting remastered? I think I've seen those trailers. I think just digging around the PlayStation page, I was seeing something for a SpongeBob game. I think Xbox dropped a trailer for PGA Tour 2K21, which honestly I'm kind of interested in because I haven't played a really good PGA game in a long time. I tried the golf club, but that wasn't very good. But either way, that's not actually important right now. I'm bringing all this up as an example of, look, I'm just seeing trailers all over the frickin' place right now. So if I missed something with the State of Play, let me know. But as far as I can tell, seeing from other streams, kind of glossing through them, it was just Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm really pumped here, man. I've been wanting a really good, like, kind of deep dive look into this game for a while. We're about a month and a half-ish off, month and a half, 2 months off. So either way, I've talked enough. You've listened to me ramble. Let's actually get into the damn thing. Oh, thank God. I wasn't hearing sound. I was like, oh, please tell me I don't have to fuck with a whole bunch of audio settings.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason Connell from Sucker Punch Productions. We have a lot to show you today about Ghost of Tsushima. Combat, customization, special modes. But first, let's take a look at how you explore the world of Tsushima.
See, I think this is important because, I mean, really, this has been my biggest question about what this game is exactly. I've known it's an open world game, but I'm just always kind of like, how open world is it going to be? And it looks like it's going to be open. Maybe this is going to be the Assassin's Creed.
Exploration has been at the heart of our open world design since the
Sorry. Maybe this is going to be the open world Japanese Assassin's Creed game that I have been wanting for a long time.
very beginning. But you can't have exploration if you don't have curiosity. So we've continually asked ourselves, how can we let the island guide you in the most thematic and immersive ways possible?
God damn it! I love the wind effect. Just seeing his cloak kind of flutter the grass. Oh, it's the wind! Holy shit, that's... Wait, is it? Am I... Yeah. Oh, that's neat. The wind blows towards your Oh. Because, I mean, I'd heard that there's not going to be a mini-map, that there wasn't going to be anything saying, you know, like marker or whatever, go here. Oh, that's really cool. And then when you decide to check it, it'll kind of like pop up on the environment for a second, and then the wind will blow towards your... Oh, that's neat. I'm sorry I'm freaking out about just that. That's a really cool idea. It's like you said, it's a way to... Well, it keeps the HUD very minimalistic. I mean, you're seeing saving, and you're seeing a few things here or there, but for the most part, it's so pretty and colorful. They're just letting that take up the full screen.
Faster, Nobu.
You know what? I'm also kind of thinking here is that this. Oddly enough, this is kind of making me feel like, come on, Bren. This is what E3 used to be. It was kind of these just extended gameplay chunks, that you had a developer talk you through. Like a scripted vertical slice. I miss those days.
The guiding wind can take you to all kinds of locations in the game, like this farmstead that's been taken over by the Mongols. It can also take you to your next big story moments, or even help you find rare collectibles. But what about the things that you don't know about, that you haven't seen yet, that you don't know exist? Keep your eyes peeled for other visual cues. Smokestacks on the horizons, interesting and odd-shaped trees, or maybe even animals trying to get your attention.
Quickly, Nobu.
I mean, so far, this isn't necessarily wholly original. Because, I mean, you look at the map, the question marks, I mean, it looks like a Ubisoft game. I mean, hell, even those detection meters and all that is very Assassin's Creed. Even, especially the new AC games. Birds will point Jin to the locations of interest. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's like I said, I really like the,
Stay away, my lord! The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
I really do like how they're trying to have the environment kind of push you towards objectives as opposed to just having the marker. I mean, look, I'm not somebody who hates having a marker on the map, having the mini map and all that stuff. But if you're not going to do it, you still have to make it easy to find your objectives and not so I'm opening up a map every 20 seconds in a menu. And I think this is a good compromise. They're doing it all through visual cues. I mean, it's still telling you where to go, but it's doing it through a visual cue as opposed to a mini map or whatever. And really, I mean, the game looks pretty. Just with all the colors. The white trees, the red leaves and flowers and everything. It's a really just visually neat game. I mean, it's bright and muted at the same time. If you kind of see what I'm getting at. But no, kind of finishing my point though. This does look like a mix of a few different games. It's not like wholly original because just riding the horse reminded me of The Witcher, and not just because you're riding a horse, just the camera angle and everything of riding the horse. Like I said, the detection meter, the map with all the question marks. I guess it's also kind of The Witcher mixed with some Assassin's Creed, mixed with a few different games of just. I guess really all games kind of use a similar kind of system. I guess if you play them long enough, but like I said, maybe not wholly original, but I really like what they're doing. And again, just the look of it. I'm gonna say it one more time. The look of it is gorgeous.
Let's go, Nobu.
See, I've always said, when you're collecting plants, collecting trees, just something, can you show them, like, snapping the wood and breaking it? It's something I've never really liked about collecting wood or whatever in games. Because I had a similar issue with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when you just walk up to a tree, click, harvest, and boom, it's just, okay, here's wood in your inventory. I like to see them actually, like kind of break it down and actually like collect something. I guess I could say the same thing about The Witcher when you're collecting herbs, but there's just so goddamn many of them and everything. And plus there was a really detailed alchemy system in The Witcher, so it's kind of one of those that, yeah, I would have preferred having an animation, but they made up for it in other areas. So I guess in this one, if there is a really kind of cool, I'm not going to say alchemy system, because, this is more real life and less magic, but if there's a really good crafting system and everything where you see him make use of all these components and everything, that's not just... I don't know. I like I said, it kind of comes down to the full breadth of systems. But for some reason, it irritates me to see him walk up to a horse, to a tree, click a button, and oh, you've collected this wood. I don't know why that irritates me. It just kind of does. Sorry, I'm just drop my drink. I mean, yeah, you see what I mean? I don't know why collecting supplies like that irritates me. It just kind of does. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is kind of an early build of the game sort of thing, that Jin in the actual release moves a little more fluidly. Because he kind of runs around like he's got a stick up his ass. I mean, you see what I mean? It's not bad, it's just very stiff.
And whether you're just following a string of torii gates that'll lead you to a high mountain shrine, or maybe it's just a fox trying to show you something hidden in the woods.
Oh, cool. We pet animals.
Either way,
10 out of 10.
bring a sense of adventure and let the wind guide you.
I really do like that wind. That whole wind navigation thing. That is really neat.
Hi, this is Nate Fox from Sucker Punch. Now, we just showed you some exploration, but let's switch gears and check out some combat. If you've ever seen a samurai movie, you know what to expect. Two warriors, sizing each other up, waiting for the other to make the first move.
Fight me!
Oh, that's neat. See, that's something I said one of the first times that we saw Ghost of Tsushima. If anybody remember, I can't remember which E3 it was. I think it was it the last it might have been the last E3. It might have been 2 E3s ago. I don't know. The last couple of E3s all run together in my brain. But I remember when we saw that little stealth segment at that pagoda, then he goes out and you see all those leaves falling to the ground and Jin's having that samurai showdown with an enemy. I said this looks like a samurai movie. Just the way it's shot, or just the camera angles, just the way the characters move and everything. And that's what I get from that. And that's maybe not the most realistic thing. Like I said, maybe not the most realistic sort of interpretation, but it's really cool and it's really visually interesting. You see him just move, snap, slash. It's very methodical. It's very quick. I mean, I'm hoping that it's something that's more of a timing-based thing, and it's not just simply you sit there, hold triangle or whatever, and he just eliminates 4 guys. I either that's a skill, and there's like some sort of some sort of resource or energy meter or something that means that you can do that, or you get what I'm saying? I mean, the whole that you declare a standoff or whatever ahead of time is also really neat. But it's like I said, I'm kind of hoping that there's a little something that balances that, because I don't want all combat just to be that simple, and I doubt it will be. But again, it's worth noting.
As you can see, the Mongols are everywhere on this island. For Jin to succeed, he has to use real, skillful precision in fighting them. No wasted energy. Every strike must count.
I love how Jin isn't even trying to use stealth. He's just walking in. Just basically, bring it, motherfucker. Oh, did you see, anyone see the Witcher move there where he deflected the arrow? Okay, so a dodge parry. Okay, so you break enemy defenses. Oh, he stays standing. I just want to pull back just a little bit. Okay, so you have multiple stances depending on the kind of enemies. Again, you saw it there. There was kind of like a guard break. I mean, in a weird way, it kind of reminds me of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice with that guard break. I mean, maybe it's just because, they're both kind of Japanese, sort of samurai-looking things. So it's more of just a... Is he paying... Oh, he paid respects to the dead. So, maybe it's just I'm seeing something and I'm drawing a conclusion or I'm drawing a connection that really isn't there, but that's just kind of what I got at that moment. No, the changing of the styles and everything is really interesting. In a weird way, it reminds me of I'm gonna get kind of weird here. Reminds me of a manga that I really like called Gameran. If anybody's ever read it, I suggest it. It's pretty good. But just the styles in that game and how the characters use them and everything. I don't know why that came to mind. It just did. Kind of like the Sekiro reference. I'm gonna guess this is stealth. The combat looks really cool. Again, it looks very cinematic. And when I say cinematic, I'm saying it reminds me of a samurai movie.
But now let's see him take on the same group of Mongols as the dishonorable Ghost. As the Ghost, he'll use every dirty trick he can think up to even the odds.
I'm very curious to see if this is going to be, because we know there's going to be choices and moral decisions to make in this game. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be moral decisions, but we know the characters will actually react differently to you depending on how you play, because we know that that Jin was trained as a samurai. We've seen those scenes where Jin, after he, the Mongol invasion, where he's met his master, and he told Jin that he thinks he's dishonorable. He's not taking them on in a straight up fight. He's fighting using basically guerrilla tactics. He's being a ninja, not a samurai. Yet we see other characters will like him more for that. Other characters will like him more if he helps the people, and others will like him more if he does X, Y, or Z. So, I mean, I'm hoping for something that's a little more. That's a little more. I'm trying to think the word here. It's not dynamic. It's not hefty. It's just something with a little bit more. Something a little more complex than, oh, you killed this many people using stealth, therefore you're dishonorable. It's a simple morality up-down meter based on how you play the game. I'm hoping for something a little more than that, but I think that's probably what it's going to be, and I don't fault them for that. Just, I'm hoping for something a little bit more involved, something a little bit more nuanced, I guess is the term. I forgot where I was originally going with all of this. Yeah, I don't know. I started trying to say something, and then I just kind of went off on a tangent and forgot.
Using fear as a weapon.
Oh, right. It was just I'm curious if the like the outfit and everything that he's wearing, because you're seeing him wear more. He's wearing black, a lot lighter armor as opposed to what he was wearing before. Even the Oni mask. God, I love how the blood spatter stays on him. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I really like how the blood spatter stays on him. But yeah, I'm just curious to know, do you get access to different armor or whatever depending on how you've been playing the game or whatever? Do you wear? Oh, do you see one was slaughter and one was assassinate? I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. But no, that's my question. Is it different armors depending on? Depending on his play style or what? Or are these just happening in different sections of the game, or are they just setting it up a different way just to show the same, that objectives can be handled differently? I don't know. Although watching the stealth segment, I'm sitting here almost laughing that this looks like a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed Odyssey looked, which is really funny to me. Look, I get it. There are people who really like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You want to tell me, oh, AJ, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was a good game. You're totally wrong in that. Fine. Maybe it was a good game, but this is very much like traditional Assassin's Creed. You get the insta-kills. The range of movement is obviously a little bit more like modern AC. It's not necessarily like old AC1 where you were always standing vertically, even though I think that posed an interesting stealth challenge. No, this game it does very much though remind me of that franchise. I mean, that's a very good thing.
You might have noticed that while fighting as the samurai, or sneaking around as the ghost, Jin had on a different set of armor. That's because the armor in this game actually gives you different mechanical advantages. It's not just the way it looks. It helps accent your chosen playstyle. As you explore the world, you'll discover Omamori charms. They'll give you an edge in battle. But more importantly, as your legend grows, you'll develop all new techniques which transform Jin from a samurai into the ghost. But the thing is, you get to decide how those techniques evolve and grow over time. It's always worth keeping an eye out for dye flowers. Find enough of them and you can change the color of an armor. So not only do you get to choose how the ghost gameplay evolves, but you can fine-tune the look as well.
Okay, that's neat. Not super important, but it's neat to know. And I like how it's not simple. You just go somewhere. Like you find the items, then you can change it up how you like. It's very
didn't have photo mode.
Personalizable, I guess.
In our new photo mode, we have features such as color grading, depth of field, so you can focus on the right objects. We have a bunch of new features that really underline the motion and movement that's so great about our game. You can control the wind's direction, the speed, you You can change out the particles to different types of leaves and fireflies. You can even select a track of music from our original score that might be a little bit more fitting. So if you're into doing a photo, or maybe you actually want to do a video, there's something here for you. Here's a few that I've created. A Japanese voice track option with subtitles is a perfect fit for our game. So I'm happy to say that before the first scene even starts, you'll be able to turn this option on.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that off.
何を申す
I mean, I get why that would be cool. I know a lot of people like having the original Japanese voice tracks and everything. I've got no issue with that. It's cool and all. It's just not for me. I just don't want to be spending my entire Let's Play reading subtitles. You know, I mean, that was always my thing with playing the Yakuza games. It's just reading subtitles is a pain in the ass. Mostly because me personally, it's why I prefer dubbed anime over subbed anime. It's because I want to look at the damn thing. I don't want to spend the entire time just reading subtitles instead of focusing on the visuals. That's just me. Oh, you can play the game in black and white.
Here at Sucker Punch, we are huge fans of samurai cinema. We wanted to create a way for you to feel like you're playing your favorite samurai movie. So we created a windy, black and white, film grained out mode that you can turn on from the very beginning of the game.
Oh, that's really cool. You know, show us more of those, like, real samurai duels. That's what I want to see. Ah, I was hoping, come on, do that, like, thumb flip.
Today, we've shared with you some of the unique ways that you can explore the island of Tsushima. We've also shared with you some of the ways that you can fight as a samurai, or assassinate as the ghost, or customize Jin, or play in special ways. But we have so much more to show you in the future. Ghost of Tsushima comes out on July 17th. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you later.
So yeah, we're about 2 months out from we're about 2 months out from Ghost of Tsushima. I'm stoked, man. It really is hitting all those points that I was really hoping the game would. It maybe not the most. I don't want to say it's not historically accurate, but let's be honest. This is very much more of a cinematic take. This is very much more of a. It's more what you'd see out of samurai movies, what you'd see out of things like that, not necessarily, you know, because I'm sure some, you know, people would say, well, you know, fighting that many people at once, it's not, you know, this, that, the other thing. It's just, I don't mind that. I actually kind of like how it's very cinematic, very cinematic in that way. And again, I say cinematic meaning like movies, not cinematic as in, oh, it's all cutscenes. But yeah, I mean, it's got a really cool feel. I think it hits all the right points. Again, I really like that stealth gameplay. It's just looking at the things you can do. It's like I said, it reminds me of older Assassin's Creed. I mean, and hell, not even older Assassin's Creed. I'm talking Syndicate back. You know, I'm talking even the newer, air quotes, Assassin's Creed games. It reminds me of them. You know, anything pre-Odyssey and Origins. Because, I mean, Origins was still good, but it was still a very change to the formula. In a weird way, that's what this reminds me of when I saw that stealth. I mean, then the action is just, it's really cool to look at. You know, I mean, it looks really brutal, you know, like chopping people's arms off. Like, I love that whole, like, you know, that you slash them and they just kind of stand there like a, just like a corpse and then they just collapse. I love it. You know, I see, this is the perfect presentation. I mean, maybe it was a little longer, than what we would have seen at E3 back in the day. But, you know, I miss those times of E3 where you know, they bring out a studio, they come out and do like a 5 to 10 minute vertical slice of a game and talk you through it. I miss those days. And I'm saying those days, hell, I still remember back E3 in 2012, you know, when they were getting ready for Assassin's Creed 3. You know, I still remember watching the vertical slice of that game. Granted, what we saw and what we got were different. But so I remember seeing Assassin's Creed 3 at E3, or maybe that was 2011. Either way. When I was younger, before I was doing YouTube and everything, I remember watching those, seeing them actually run you through, bring up devs, and have them run you through a gameplay chunk. You know, that's what E3 used to be, and I really liked those days. And now it was, you know, especially, you know, modern years were just trailers out the fucking ass. Looking at you, Microsoft. Sony, you also were a culprit of this, but you know what? They at least had some segments where they brought people out to talk about the games or whatever. But either way, so this is really what I love to see. I love the combat. The stealth looks neat. Like I said, the animations are a little stiff. I don't know. Maybe that'll be polished up. You know, this is kind of like a little bit of an earlier dev build. But I mean, even if the character animation is a little stiff running around, I can deal with that. Because, I mean, it still looks gorgeous. I mean, obviously, it's all going to come down to how it plays when it finally comes out in July. But, god damn, I am stoked. This has made me... This has honestly softened a lot of the fears I had with this game. Because I was thinking this is going to be like a Days Gone situation where it was going to be... This game is either going to absolutely kick ass or this game is going to be a gigantic missed opportunity. And now I'm leaning so much more into the kick ass category. But either way, I think that's all I have for you guys. Again, I'm pretty sure this was the entirety of the state of play. If I did miss something, like I said earlier, let me know, tell me, I will cover the rest of it. But as it stands now, guys, I think we're going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Social media's in the description. Like, comment, not already. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned more next time. Till then, my name's AJ Gels. This is Something Gaming Channel. I'm out.